As a life coach, I would say before you get involved with any guy or into any relationship, that is being with a guy or a lady, you need first to do a research to know more about them, to avoid issues arising in the future and bringing dire consequences into your life. And your relationship should always be godly based, that you should always involve God in all that you do in that relationships. In case you need any counseling or any support about relationships, you can contact the number on the screen. Thank you.
Hey guys, Cindy here. Welcome to another episode of Relationships and Dating in Campus. On our previous video, I promised to bring a coach over to advise us on relationships and dating in campus. So we have a guest today. Let her introduce herself.
I'm Miss Linda. I'm so glad that I was invited for this interview. I'll be glad to share with you. Thank you.
As you can see, she's Miss Linda. She's also a relationship coach and advisor, and today I'll just like to go through a few things with her. On our previous video, we had discussed with a parent figure about relationships and dating in campus. Uliona venye ule mzazi alireact and the way she was so disturbed about all those questions that I asked her. How do you feel like a relationship coach? Do you agree with the parent? Like, do you agree with what the parent said on our previous video?
In some way, yes, I do agree. In some way, it has everything has its negative and its positive side. So for the parent, I can understand them that in a way, like vile mzazi anajitolea kusomesha mtoto, anakupea fees, and if a guy wastes that fees on these ladies, and then you know that is how your dream is just shattered. Yeah, and mzazi atabaki akijiuliza why me, and mbona, like for example, we know in these vijijis wazazi watakuwa na baki, mbona watoto wa nani walisoma, sasa huyu wangu sasa mbona amekula school fees, and that thing may cause some problems. And the positive side is when maybe a parents, yes, we go the youths, these boys and ladies in campus, and I introduce to kwa mzazi, or their parents who are friendly. Yes. Pia aliongelea mambo na introduction, of course, to have a parent's perspective. What's your opinion about introducing your boyfriend or a girlfriend to a parent, especially when you are dating in campus? Thank you.
Is it advisable to introduce your boyfriend or girlfriend?
In our culture that we have been brought up with, like hapo kitambo tulikuwa tunaogopa wazazi sana, but now they are in the limelight juu ya social media and the rest. Now kuelezea mzazi, no, first not like uamke tu umpeleke. First go explain to this parent, mom, nimeenda campus, there is this guy nimemeet, we are falling in love, we are planning to do this and this. Then the parent obviously will ask you, can I see this guy? Can I meet this guy? Can I meet this lady? Then now that is where you get the opportunity upeleke mtu, and what the parent tells you, mtu enda ufikirie mara mbili, maybe atakwambia hivyo. You know, tunaambiwa mzazi penye ataona wewe uwezi. Yes, to you utafeel this is a perfect person for me, but to mzazi there's a way that I don't know how they range them, they rate them, but in a way kuna ile advice atakupea. So but now pia kuna wale wazazi walibaki hiyo ya kitambo. Sasa atakuuliza, sasa wewe nilikutuma tu shule uende usome, sasa umeletea mambo gani haya? Sasa hapo pia unapata kuna ugumu. That is why but for the parents,
na ukipatana kuna ugumu, especially to communicate to your parent on your relationship or dating, what do you do? What's the approach?
I know there's that a friend, you have that a friend ama nyanya hapo tu kwa nyumbani, umpitie tu at last itawafikia. Uende tu pole pole, just be slow on the process, and that eventually I think watakuja tu kuitikia to meet this person.
And another thing I'd like to ask you today, on a previous visit, of course, we also discussed about the right time of engaging in these relationships and dating in campus. Our parent figure told us that the right time is usually after campus. That's where you umemaliza shule, you are now ready to, you know, engage into these life cycles and everything. On your perspective, what is the right time to engage in relationships and dating?
As for me, I could say yes. For some in campus they do work, for others they don't. Maybe this we can say it's part of jealousy. You find ni kijana na date msichana wa class moja, hapo italeta conflict of course. But let's say it's a fourth year, msichana ameingia first year, so now the kijana has a bigger mind sort of, and this girl is is ndio anaingia sasa, and then they meet. These people could in a way stay peacefully, because the more kijana anajua about the university and the rest, ndio atafundisha msichana. But also tukisema after campus, yes, you will get a right guy, but pia si ati vile mzazi alisema hapo ndio utapata mtu amesoma kuna akili kama yako. I also say not a must. Utapata hapa nje hata huyo shamba boy, huyo mzazi alikuwa anasema some of these guys atakuja ku approach, and some are very hardworking. So don't just ukiona mtu ati it's a shamba boy ya boda, don't just underestimate them because hujajua huyu mtu or something of the sort. But for me, I would advise take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time, yeah.
There is no right time.
No.
Yeah. Another thing that is coming up at an alarming rate is these things called early marriages that is usually happening in campus. Unaona dem ama chali wame move in and they're starting this life from scratch, and it's happening in a lot of universities in Kenya. And these early marriages, they end up having premature pregnancies. As a life coach or a relationship coach, how would you advise young students, especially those who are in campus, who are engaging in these early marriages and they end up having premature pregnancy? How would you advise about that?
Now, before they got into this relationship, as a lady, ulikuwa na dream yako, you had your plans, and as a boy, pia ulikuwa na zako. Are they compatible? If not, you have to compromise or accommodate each other. Ndio ifike mpate mtoto, were you ready for this child as a lady? Yes, others do happen accidentally, but you also have to know your guy or your lady ataniacha. Mpaka ujue ufikirie, uwe na hiyo mafikira, mtu sasa nikaweza pata mtoto na yeye kweli kuna hapo mbele ama amepotea hivyo. And for many, kama ni kijana na move in na lady, these vijanas from some experiences I've seen in these campuses or I've had, ni ile unaona kijana umemove na vitu zako, then kijana decides to sell you as not his. Now is, I don't know, it's a trap or what. So when you get this child, you're moving out, hapo itakuwa ngumu. Now you will get back to that parent. Sasa hiyo ukiendea huyu mzazi unaona haitakuwa mzuri. Not every parent will be ready to support again. So you will end up getting back to this guy.
Yeah. Another thing I'd like to ask you today, like, of course, as in campus, we have a lot of things, of course, academics and everything. Sometimes tuna end up one of the wrong people in life, and we are blindsided. We don't know that this one is not right for us. And as you have said, tuangalie pia perspective ya wazazi, and that is true. But again, how do you know that this is the right person? Like, how do you know you are engaging with the right person in a mature relationship in campus? How do you know about that?
For now knowing if it's the right partner, there is, before you got into this relation, there is that thing you could go before God umwambie nataka mtu anafanana hivi, yako hivi. Is this guy closer to that? Kama ayuko close, kama ayuko hivyo vile ulikuwa unataka, is this guy even a little bit closer to that? Ile unaweza in some years coming, unaona unaweza mchange to that what you wanted. Or I can say pia you can get the parents perspective. Usikie kama mzazi amekwambia huyo hapo tu ndio full stop, wacha. So yeah, but now knowing the right person, I think it's only God who can tell us that, and is the one who chooses for us. Yeah, because hata ukichoose wewe mwenyewe, you don't involve God, utapata mwishowe imeisha. Yeah.
And thank you so very much for coming to this show. It was nice having you, and it was also nice learning from you one or two things, especially about relationships and dating in campus. And guys, that's it for today. See you in another episode of relationships and dating in campus. For now, it's bye.
I appreciate you for having me today. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you have been enlightened by a discussion with a relationship coach. And if you're out there and you're going through these problems that we have discussed, you can reach us on our number on our screen. And thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And for now, that's it. Bye.